Hey everyone, Alfredo from Alfredo's Auto Glass here in Corona, California. Today I'm working on this 2017 Chevy Camaro. This is the Bumblebee. I guess the new body style, 2017. This is the convertible. So I'm gonna show you my technique on how to replace this one, and I'm gonna be applying the urethane on the glass. So let me get started by removing. I already opened the hood. I already removed the pins off the top. I saved a little bit of time. It's a little bit uncomfortable, but I already removed it. I use this tool to remove the pins, the setting guides or gravity stops. So now I'm going to get started and remove the paneling. These ones I like to put my nail and bring it up. My gloves sometimes break, but this one looks bigger, more like a 15 or even 16 millimeter. So let me see, 15 millimeter to remove the windshield wipers. If you don't know where they're going to go, I always recommend you check it out and see before you remove the windshield wiper. That way when you reposition the wiper, you reposition it in the correct spot. This one has a lot of clips to remove. So I'm going to set it on the side, left and right. Now it's time to remove those little clips. These ones are very easy to drop inside of the engine compartment, so be very, very careful. Let's see what type of clip this is. It looks like my pliers. It'd be better to remove this clip right here so I could grab it. Looks like a lot of tension on that clip, so be very careful not to break it. As you can see, I use the technique of grabbing the clip with my thumb. That way I don't drop the clip. And yes, I'm removing the upper part. Actually, this one came out separate. Keep everything together. I want to thank everybody that takes the time to watch my videos, and I hope I share my techniques and they do some help on your installation. Maybe you never done the vehicle before, and that way you have an idea what you're going to be encountering on your install. You're going to have to remove the little corner moldings here by the fender, and once you remove it, there's one more clip underneath. I like the fact that they decided to change the design on the bottom molding on the retainer. They don't have a retainer there anymore. For some reason, some aftermarket retainer molding it was kind of difficult to put on there. So I'm glad they changed the design. Okay, so this molding's right here in the corner. I'm going to use just a little plastic stick. Go very gentle. They're not the easiest to remove. So on this, see, on this one came off different than this one. What I did, I just pushed on this little tab and pulled it out. So if you don't have something like this, just make one. That way you have one. you can see, this one slides down. I think I'm gonna leave it there just to make it a little bit easier on me. Let me see, if it touches anything on the hood, then I'm gonna take it off, but it actually doesn't. So I'm gonna use the spider once again, and I get to share with you what attachment I was talking about the other day with the other vehicle. So you buy this attachment, you buy a socket 1/4 on 1/4 drive, 1/4 inch on a 1/4 inch drive, and you'll see right now when I start using it, you see how easy it's going to be. As you can see, I already prepped the car. There's already the dash cover and all the other things. So sometimes if you like, you can just put it there. You don't have to pump it all the way. The reason why I like to grab about a foot, so I like to hold it right here. It won't slip out of my hand. You can see this one, there's a big gap between the dash. So now I'm gonna, not every time, but when it's kind of complicated to put my finger in there, just use a hook tool and pull towards the inside of the car, never up. Every time you're using a hook tool or a little pick tool, always be careful. Never use one going towards your face. You could seriously get injured. Okay, right here. As you can see, the pinch well, there's not a lip where it could get caught into it, so I'm not going to put my guide pins this time. A lot of foreign cars love to have that extra piece of glass on the bottom. On those, I definitely for sure like to use it. Okay, so use a little, it's like a fork. It's great for something like this. Now just pull in. You have to be careful not to put it between the glass. You want to put it under the glass. Otherwise you could potentially split the glass away from each other. You don't want that. Alright, so now I'm going to clamp it down. And I was looking at my own video and I didn't explain what I meant correctly. So you want to do like 1.5 turn. You don't want to undo too much, because then when you put the fiber line through here, sometimes you won't be able to screw it all the way down, and you don't want that. You want it to screw all the way down so it actually grabs it. So now I'm going to go on the inside and start cutting. So go ahead and go on the other side. As you can see, this window has a lot of curve, so I put this down to protect the VIN number. Okay. Me on this side. I'll meet you on the other side. By the way, I sell these covers. I made a special design so that it fits right under. So it has a special design. As you can see, I put the suction cup here, and then this line right here where it says line, put that against the pillar. And you can see the drill right here is not facing down, it's facing up. Right here, I'm gonna get to the corner. Once it gets very close to the tool, remove it. Right here, I'm gonna get close to that clip. So once you get to that corner, you wanna have the fiber line as close as possible. You see how easy that socket makes it so much easier to work with. Once I see the fiber line right next to the tool, I stop. Now I'm gonna go all the way down here. As you can see, this vehicle is very, very tight. So slide my protector, put the drill in here, switch my hand, and guide it. I know you guys tell me that I make it look really easy, but once you get a practice with it, it really becomes easy. As you can see right here, I don't have a lot of space because the dash is on my way, so that's why I slide this one more this way. So now I'm gonna go ahead and that's it. They're completely done. Let me remove the spider off. So I highly recommend that socket. Remove this. Let it go. When you remove the glass, I would recommend you using your hand right here in the hood, not too much, and just lift up. So now let's do our trimming. As you can see, the cutout was very nice and very smooth. Didn't scratch anything at all. Let me remove the molding. The reason why I'm removing the molding is so that I could clean some of that dirt before I trim down my urethane. Be able to clean. Looks like the car had a wash not too long ago, so fairly clean. Today I do have my trash can close by. It's clean, but not super clean, so I'm gonna grab a dauber. Maybe two, in case I need to. What I like about the dauber is that it gets behind the underneath the urethane, so it cleans very well. Okay, so time to trim down my urethane. Just so you know, it is recommended to cut away from you, not towards you. Right here, I'm going under me, not towards me. I recommend you sharpening your BTB if you keep it well sharpened, your cutouts very smooth, and that should be your goal. Because when you're forcing the tool to cut, it's not the same. I missed a little tiny spot there with the Bondo. Otherwise, I would not have to apply primer at all. But I prefer for it to pull off right now. That way I could take care of that. Because sometimes when you're cutting it with the fiber line, that could cause the urethane to come undone from the Bondo, from those bottom seams. Like right here, see, it pulled it. So as you see, there was no other damage done whatsoever other than that spot right there. Still warm. Okay, so at last I'm going to blow the debris off really fast. Battery's dead. No problem. That's what I like about Milwaukee. I can switch batteries. What I like about blowing, it lets me see if there's any flaps. You don't want flaps with you. Alright, so let me apply my primer. Pretty nice when you don't have to apply a whole lot of primer. All right. So I'm going to, like I said earlier, I'm going to apply the urethane on the actual glass. I'm looking for my 2 minutes. And if you buy this press kit, you have 10 tips with a V cut already done for you. If you don't, actually, and then it has 10 with a solid nozzle, so you have to cut it accordingly to the size of the bead of the urethane. So normally you want to see the height of the B is if you get the V cut, and you want the little triangular on the very top to go past the top of the pinch well. That'll tell you you're correct. And then the width, you want to look at the overall of the urethane, not on the thickest part, but the overall length, and match it with the thickness of the V of the flat cut. So this windshield requires a dam. So as you can see, I already applied the dam, and I'm going to apply the urethane on this one because there's actually a guide showing me where the urethane goes. Little dotted area. Applying your urethane is very important, so just take your time. There's no need to be going fast. Just have your 90-degree angle. That's what you should be worried about. You go grab my bone. A little bit of time to clean my hands. Sweaty, hot. Switch my gloves too. This is very I guess a hot topic to talk about using a setting system tool or not. I do go to the gym once in a while, not all the time, and I carry weights. And let me tell you that this windshield is a lot lighter than the weights that I do exercise with. And I feel very confident when I'm setting the glass. I feel as the Lord gave me the talent when I first started doing auto glass, and I was able to set the glass without any setting devices. I knew that the Lord gave me a talent, a gift to do auto glass. So once I started doing it, and I saw that I was able to set the glass, because back in the days, talking about 17, 18 years ago, there wasn't a whole bunch of setting systems out there. So you had to set the glass with your own hands and suction cups. Let me put this away and cut my tape. Okay, so I have my tape ready. I don't want to put that thing too high because I don't want it to be on my way. Okay, so let's set this glass in. I'm going to use my same technique of suction cups, one in the middle, one on top. Let me open the door. I'm going to aim for the other corner. And this window is fairly small. As you can see, my space is very limited on top. Look for my corner. You have to be very precise when setting the glass with urethane on the glass. But as you can see, it's right where it's supposed to be. And by the way, I did put my dam underneath the bottom of the glass. You don't want the molding to go over the body, because if it goes over the body, you will have a chance of it making a noise when driving, and customer could complain of air noise. Be right back. Okay, so time to put everything back on. As you can see, I'm not going that fast today. Taking a little bit more time. So now that I see that this gap on this side is the same as this gap, then I let everything alone. And this one has the dam, so make sure you push down on there on the bottom. That way the urethane makes contact with the glass correctly. This cowling goes under the actual glass, so make sure you get every single little tab under the glass. It's important. There it is. So time to put all the clips back. Okay, so that it doesn't move back and forth for me, I'm going to put the middle one first. Remember, this one was a tough one to get off. So it's going to be a tough one to push in. Okay, these clips has like a little opening where it goes. I'm going to put the ones in the corner first. That's where it goes. I want to get the lightning gloves from Equalizer. They're very heavy duty. Really like them. It's just that in the summer I sweat a lot and I get very sweaty hands. And I don't like that, so. But in the winter, they keep my hands warm. So in the winter, it's really nice to wear those lightning gloves. Mine is warm already here. This one also has clip right there. If you guys have any questions or have any comments, please feel free to put them in the comments. I know I've been away for a while, but I was trying to find better equipment. So that I could provide you a much higher quality video. And I want to thank all my faithful subscribers And also thank you to everybody that subscribed to my channel on my, I have a paid channel. It's Alfredo's Auto Glass educational videos and tips. So thank you to everybody that has subscribed to that channel. Okay, I just noticed that this one has a bigger clip for the side. So there's two different clips. They're more round. So that clip is for the diameter of the hole is different. I'm taking a long time doing this. I like to keep the right and the left. With my left and right hand, it always works for me. Like I said, these ones like to have a little mark, so I'm going to check for the mark. It actually does have a little mark right there, so I like the fact that I don't have to put the rearview mirror back on. It's already on there and it never came off either, so that of course saves some time on the installation. So that's it. Installation is complete. I do like to do a leak detector test, so I'll be doing that as well too. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my videos. Thank you for your comments, subscribe, and hit like. God bless. Thank you.